Nicola Hill joins us now from London with more. Nicola, how good is this news about the drug Remdesivir?
Well, Rachel, it's good because it's showing promise, and we're all desperately looking for something that shows promise to treat COVID-19, don't we? As you said there, what they discovered in this trial was that it shortened the length of time that somebody had the disease to just 11 days, and this is significant. It also showed some signs of actually survival, actually stopping people from dying. They said that in the arm of people who were given the drug, the numbers of people who died was 8%, and in those who were given placebo, the dummy drug, it was 11.6%. Now, that to me sounds optimistic, and probably to you, but according to science, it's not statistically significant. But there are many more trials of Remdesivir being done at the moment, and we might see better survival rates in future. Now, it was interesting, wasn't it, that it was Dr. Fauci who announced these results at the president's press conference. He actually runs the organization that's in charge of this trial, the US's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Ordinarily, you would have results like this announced at a major medical conference and published in a peer-reviewed, prestigious medical journal. But obviously, because we're wanting the good news straight away, that's why he announced it last night at this press conference. And it was interesting because I was speaking to Gilead yesterday because they also published a study. Their study showed that people who were given the drug for a 5-day course rather than a 10-day course had the same outcome, which is significant because it means that you can give the drug to twice as many people. And as we're going to need so many doses of any potential treatment, the fewer the amount you have to give, the better. Now, when I spoke to Gilead yesterday, they did hint that there was good news on the way, which we then found out from Dr. Fauci. I have to say that a lot of medical experts here in the UK, like Dr. Fauci himself, are saying this isn't a magic bullet. We need to see many more details of this study, and that's what people are going to be looking for, to see when those results come out, when the details come out, the exact specific facts and figures in this study of just over 1,000 patients in various hospitals around the world. And it's important to emphasize there are more trials about Remdesivir run by other people. I think there's a total of about 7 trials. It's one of the 4 that the WHO have put in their package.
Right. I know we're all looking for good news here, but Nicola, wasn't there a trial saying that it actually doesn't work?
There was, Rachel. This is a trial that came out of China, and it was leaked by the WHO last weekend. Now, what's important about this trial, it was a properly controlled trial. The results were actually published very late last night in The Lancet, which is one of these prestigious medical journals. It had been peer-reviewed. And I was actually speaking via email to the professor in China who did this study. And he said categorically that Remdesivir hadn't worked. I asked him if he was surprised, and he said no, but didn't actually elaborate why he wasn't surprised. Now, that trial was peer-reviewed by experts in the UK. One of them was Professor John Norrie, who's from Edinburgh University. He's head of the Medical Trials Unit. And I spoke to him yesterday, and he said the main issue with the trial in China was that they couldn't recruit enough people, so they had to finish early. Therefore, the results were inconclusive. Now, the study conclusion was that Remdesivir wasn't effective, but actually Professor Norrie said to me that it didn't show it was effective, but equally it hadn't shown it wasn't effective. And that's why he, like medical experts here, are really enthusiastic to find out more about Dr. Fauci's organisation's trial, which they do say needs to go through the same very rigorous peer review process that the Chinese study went through.
And Nicola, what about a vaccine? Realistically speaking, how close are we to getting one?
Well, it's certainly, we're given good news about where scientists are going with vaccines practically on a daily basis, the fact that everybody is working so hard, because of course it's the vaccine that we all need to hopefully go back to more of a normal life. But although we're hearing news that trials have started, we haven't actually heard any results of trials. So this week we know that 12 people in Germany have been injected with their what they call vaccine candidate, potential vaccine. This is one that's being done by a combination of a German company called BioNTech and the giant pharma company Pfizer. They're at the moment it's phase 1, phase 2. They're just looking to see if the vaccine is safe and if it works. And they're going to have about 200 people in this initial trial, and then that will expand if the initial results are good. Also, we've heard just today that the Oxford vaccine, last week the first people were injected with their potential vaccine from Oxford University's group of people who've got a potential vaccine. What we've heard today is that they've paired up with AstraZeneca, another major pharmaceutical giant, and they're going to put this vaccine into production so that if it does work, millions of doses can be made available as quickly as possible, because that's the big thing. It's great if we find a vaccine, it's great if we find one that works, but we've actually got to manufacture millions and millions of doses to vaccinate everybody.
Yeah, the distribution is the key. Nicola Hill, thank you so much, Nicola.